Did you know what gave rise to physics? There was something that people were trying to find that actually led to the discovery of fields in physics. What were they trying to do? Well, back in the day, the main field of study was astronomy. People were trying to study the solar system. They were trying to look out there. There was a man by the name of Nicholas Copernicus who had come up with this idea called, it's called the heliocentric view of the solar system. The idea is that the sun is the center and the planets are going around. So Copernicus did his work. Another man by the name of Johannes Kepler also showed us that the planets were going in an elliptical orbit, not a circular orbit, but an elliptical orbit. That's another day's story. But there was another man by the name of Galileo Galilei who came up with a telescope, who put together this telescope, and who did work in astronomy that just set the stage well for Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton was born in the year that Galileo died, and Isaac Newton went to Cambridge 1661 to 1665, they had a plague, they had a problem. He went back, came up with some great ideas. When we were in England, we visited Cambridge University with our students, and it was wonderful to just go to Trinity College, to go to where Newton went to college, and to be able to see some of those, students studying. Man, talk about pressure. Can you imagine being a student at Trinity College and just the pressure, a physics major at Trinity College, right? Thinking about Isaac Newton. Anyways, I thought that was cool. I saw some of the students. Someday I need to interview someone who's at Trinity College just to ask, how's it going? How are your classes? Stay tuned for our math videos, by the way, because we're going to be doing video. Cambridge has these videos or these problems they release. I'm going to try and solve some of them on the video. So make sure you subscribe to get videos about that. But astronomy gave rise to physics. Astronomy gave rise to physics, which then physics and calculus and mathematics grew greatly in the 1700s. Did you know that the 1700s had Isaac Newton, Leonhard Euler, and Carl Friedrich Gauss living within the same 1700, and they're the top 3 mathematicians of all time? They all lived within the same 100 years, not all at the same time. Newton died in 1727. Euler was born in 1707. So Euler and Newton had some time to, they existed around the same time. I'm not saying they wouldn't have known themselves. Euler was only was born in 1707, and Newton was at the end of his math career. So Euler comes, Newton is wrapping up. Euler does great work. At the end, Euler dies in 1783. Carl Friedrich Gauss was born in 1777. So it's almost like he takes on that work. And wow, those 3 people did amazing work. That's why our math program at Lifestem Academy is actually the Gauss-Euler-Newton Center for Mathematics, right? We put the 3 greatest mathematicians there. Now, there are other great mathematicians: James Clerk Maxwell, Ramanujan, Hilbert, Riemann, who we talked about in another video. Yes, I get it. But when you're talking about prolific, when you're talking about writing a lot of math and making a lot of change, those names are the big names. So astronomy gave rise to that physics. So at Lifestem Academy, we are teaching our students in science, whether it's physical science or physics or chemistry, they get to learn the history, they get to learn the application. And here's one practical application I'm going to wrap up with, and then I'll end with a career application. The Wright brothers, the work they did of making that plane has to do with physics, right, in terms of its applicability. Daniel Bernoulli was actually classmates with Leonhard Euler in the 1700s. Daniel Bernoulli's father was Leonhard Euler's teacher, right? We're going to have to make a play about this. But imagine Daniel Bernoulli, Leonhard Euler, classmates. Daniel Bernoulli gave us this idea. We talk about Bernoulli's principle. So Daniel Bernoulli and Euler, classmates. Daniel Bernoulli's father is their teacher. And Daniel Bernoulli's father is actually, when you talk about compound interest, that goes back to Daniel Bernoulli's father. The Bernoulli dynasty is massive in terms of their mathematical influence. Nicholas, Daniel, Jacob, Johann, great mathematicians. We're going to be studying and going to Switzerland next year to visit the Basel area, and we'll get to see them more. But physics came from astronomy, physics, and now we're talking about aerodynamics, which notice that sometimes by studying God's world, we get to invent and discover. So somebody says, why do we need to try going to space? And so on and so forth. And I'm not for going to Mars. I salute Elon Musk for his work, and we would love to meet Elon Musk someday, but I'm not going to Mars. I'm staying on Earth. However, what I want to say about the work of space, though, is the research you do as you try to go to space will generate new products and new things that we can use on Earth, and that's great. Remember that sometimes it's not just about, well, what if we never go to space? No, what about the things we create as we try to go to space for other reasons, maybe to put out satellites and stuff like that. So physics and mathematics have practical applications which we might never see in our lifetime, but which can help the next generation. And that's where you think of Daniel Bernoulli living in the 1700s, and we never really flew anything till the 1900s. Do you see how interesting it is? His work gave us more, but his work at the time, he didn't see the results. Now, he did it in fluid dynamics, which is something we'll discuss later. If you're at Lifestem Academy, be ready. If you want to take this path, we can help you fly to finish your physics, your chemistry, your mathematics dose of your freshman and sophomore year of college. You could do it right here, and we're willing to help you. I hope you found this video to be interesting. Astronomy gave rise to physics. Physics gave rise to many branches of engineering. Please subscribe to this channel to get more videos like this. We teach the history and philosophy of math and science in our classrooms, so join us if you would like that experience. And remember, our career course is available to you too, where we talk about different careers and help young people learn about the different careers out there. So I hope you will join me in this quest to learn about different careers so that you can make an educated decision about what career path you should take. Thank you for watching. Take care and God bless.